What is up, y'all? Welcome back to Haloskitchen, the best kitchen out there, period. It's Chef A, and as you can see by the title, I'm making some vegan lemon cupcakes. If you're new here, this is a segment I like to do on this channel where I pretty much make a dessert because it's out of my comfort zone. Usually I just like making the savory stuff, so yeah. But when I make a dessert, I also like to include my spirituality talks, my guidance talks. Sometimes I'll be giving advice and whatnot. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. And FYI, this recipe, I did find it on Pinterest. I do not have like the person that actually like made it for real, that came up with the recipe, but I did also alter it a little bit, so it's not 100% mine, but I did kind of make it mine. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. But as you can see by the title, I'm going to be talking about let's make self-awareness your superpower. How to make self-awareness, your superpower. And what do I mean by that? So first of all, like, what even is self-awareness? I'm pretty sure we all know what that is. It's, obviously what it says, to be aware of yourself and to be aware of how, the actions that you do, how you act, how you talk, and all that affect other people around you, affect your life, affect you as well. And to actually have acknowledgement of that. And a lot of people actually don't have self-awareness. There was a point in time where I lacked that self-awareness, and I lacked the ability to actually take accountability for my actions because I wasn't even aware that I was affecting things or people in different type of ways and whatnot. And when it comes to like myself and being aware of the things that I'm doing, I wasn't aware that I had tendencies of self-sabotage. And I'm pretty sure pretty much everyone can relate on that, especially the people that are going through the healing journey and whatnot, the spiritual awakening. And also just those people, like I'm not sure how many of my viewers believe in like the generational curses type of thing and energy being like transferred through you or whatever. Like as far as like when you're in the womb and the energy that your mother has, your mother transferring that energy to you, and generations before that, your grandmother and whatnot, and before that your great grandmother. All of that trauma is, and all the curses were passed down through you, if that makes sense. When you are birthed, all that baggage that came with every other generation before you carries along with you. So it's up to you ultimately to end up breaking that and discontinuing that cycle and come up with a healthier way of living, healthier habits, and you being able to make that the new generational title, or what's the right word, theme or whatever, I don't know, different way of life, as far as when you start your own family. So yeah, I bring that up to pretty much say that those things that came from us, and also those things that came from generations before us, it's up to us to find that self-awareness within to be able to make a change and turn that into our superpower. And when I say turn it into your superpower, what I mean is making the conscious choice to actually change for the better in whichever way that might be, and also not just for ourselves but for the people around us as well, and also whatever brings us closer to God, having a closer relationship with God. And I'm sure a lot of us know from experience that it's not easy to, actually just stop doing these habits that we've done for so long, all these different behaviors. We've been programmed to do them for so long, and we're not used to doing the opposite of that. And it's kind of hard to just completely flip the switch. And that's totally fine. That's normal. We have to learn how to be gentle with ourselves. I had to learn that the hard way. And just understand that it's okay to take baby steps, with, progressing. The first step is making that decision to that journey of evolution and improving. And what I've learned is that, having a relationship with God, getting closer to God, is what makes that process a whole lot easier. And I also completely understand that in times like that, it is hard to look to God and fully, give yourself to God, in a situation like that. Because typically the healing journey and stuff like that, the process of peeling back all the different layers of yourself and understanding what it is that you need to change and acknowledging all these different things, it very often does leave you in a place of feeling sadness, feeling lost, and if it really gets bad, and this is actually pretty common for you to, shame yourself, feeling like a bad person for making those certain decisions, doing those certain things, but you really shouldn't get down upon yourself for that, because you acted the way that you did because that was how you were taught. You did what you did to the best of your ability, at least based off of the level of consciousness that you were in. There were just levels where you were unconscious, where you did not have that awareness, about certain things, and that is completely okay. You have to understand that we are still in a human experience. We're designed this way to have all these different emotions and stuff. We're designed to live a life filled with challenges, filled with lessons and stuff like that, and just to live a state of evolution, constantly growing. Never get down on yourself for not doing better when you didn't even know any better. And the quote by Dr. Joe Dispenza, I talk about him quite often, but he really says a lot that you should focus on a vision of the future versus the memories of the past. And it's like all you can do is focus on how you can be a better person, become better, and treats the people that come into your life better than how you treated the people before, and of course you and the present people in your life as well. Every day the sun won't shine, but that's why I love tomorrows, period. Like Glorilla said, today's a new day. Today is a day that you can choose to be better, do better, and make it your superpower. Make that self-awareness your superpower. And like I said, it's common to be in that dark state of mind, that dark period where you just push everything away and you just want to be alone and kind of drown yourself in that, because that's just how it works. And that was me at the beginning of this, at the beginning of me starting to actually gain that self-awareness. And it wasn't until I finally started to seek out God again in my life, where things actually got easier for me. It didn't feel like I was just doing everything all on my own. I started off, really down about it. And, usually I'm really quick to pick myself up and not dwell on it for too long. So I put forth the effort. I, get things to moving. So, I started off doing my meditations and whatnot, the yoga, trying to do the grounding stuff, pretty much everything that comes with the new age spirituality, besides all the crystal practice and doing all the different spell work. I don't really participate in that, but and then I still kind of felt like the darkness, the heaviness that comes with that. And it wasn't until I actually started seeking out God again and I started praying like I used to and began to develop my own type of relationship with God. Because if you notice, there's really a true divide. There's a divide when it comes to doing things such as meditating, connecting to nature, the grounding and stuff, the stuff that would be seen more so on the quote unquote new age spirituality side of things versus the more religious side, and where you would hear more people actually saying the word God versus saying something like the universe, divine, the source, and stuff like that. And I feel like there obviously I was led away from that, from having that relationship, because I was so into the other side of it that I felt like those two ways could not cross, that I couldn't have both. I couldn't still do the meditations and stuff like that, the grounding, because that would still give me that sense of peace. I thought that that's separate from praying, like it's only one or the other, when that just wasn't the case at all. I thought that with opening that relationship with God again, that I would have to do what I did growing up, going back to church every single Sunday and pretty much following a religious type of lifestyle, when I've always felt disconnected from that in the first place. It's just never felt like home to me, if I'm being completely honest. And the relationship always felt ingenuine when I had to follow that certain, way of life, when it just wasn't me. And I have my personal reasons for that I'm not going to speak on, at least not now, but I just do want to say that I'm happier than ever that I was led back to having a relationship with God, and in order to make this process a lot easier and smoother and things actually working out the correct way in God's way. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got for this chit chat today. Let me know any of your guys' thoughts, down in the comments below. Any times where you had to make self-awareness your superpower, or if you're in the process of that now. I would love to hear your guys' story. But yeah, let me know if you guys enjoyed the video. Give me a thumbs up, like, comment, share, and definitely try out this recipe because it was bomb for real. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Bye.